I have wanted a stand-up desk for so long, but have never been able to find one that I felt like was built well and was the right fit for my workflow. I'm a self-employed cinematographer, so I just want my desk to be easy to set up and help me be as creative as I need to be, because if I'm not out filming, I am right here in my office planning for the next shoot, talking to people, creating content, and editing. Desky reached out to me a little bit ago and asked if I wanted to try out one of their desks, and after a few months of using it and putting some accessories on it, I freaking love it. I don't care about specs and all these little things I see a lot of other people concerned about, so I'm not going to be really talking about specs, but I am going to be talking about the different elements of the desk that made my life easy setting it up and making my life easy as I use it every day. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed already, I would absolutely love to have you, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I would absolutely appreciate it. Desky has a ton of options on their websites, different lengths, materials, accessories, so you will have zero problem finding something that fits your vibe. First things first, I've gotta get rid of the old desk. This was an IKEA desk that I had had for like 8 years now, and honestly, it was a little emotional getting rid of it. Lots of hard work and late nights burning the midnight oil happened with that desk. But it was time for an upgrade, new pace of life. Time to upgrade. Something very notable was the shipping time of the desk from Desky from the time that I actually ordered it till it was on my doorstep was like 2 days. I was freaking shocked, so shout out to that. But everything comes super well packaged and protected. The tabletop has some nice weight to it, which is good because I got the 72-inch hardwood top, so it's super high quality. I'm pretty sure the real wood top is the most expensive one, but they've got a ton of other options for whatever budget you have. Oh, and I got it in the walnut color. Come on, how gorgeous is that color? Another reason why I've been reluctant to buy a standing desk is because everyone said that they are super hard to put together. After unpacking everything, I was done in like 30 minutes. I was shocked at how easy it was. The boxes even have QR codes to watch how to set everything up, so that makes it way easy. But here's how simple it was. You attach the crossbar to the legs and then the legs to the feet, slap those onto the tabletop, and then run your control cables from the legs and control panel to the control box, and boom, you're done. I was stoked because, like I said, I don't have all the time in the world, so I just want to be able to get this thing set up quickly and get back to work and be able to use it. After my wife helped me flip this over because it's a beast, and then my pup tried it out, now it's time to optimize this thing. I am a big believer that if your workspace is messy, your mind is messy. And that includes the cables hanging off the back of your desk. On my old IKEA desk, I had a little bit of cable management system going on, but it still was super ugly. So here's where the real magic happens. Desky has this super cool cable management tray that is super easy to install and actually swings down so you can have access to the cables and be able to wrangle them and tuck them all in. Desky also has integrated power points that can just snap right into the tray, and this means you can run one cable to your outlet and be able to power everything, including the desk, off of these power points. Let's optimize this desk even further now. I also got a drawer that can be installed on the side, and you can actually get it in the same wood as your tabletop, so it all matches, which is super nice. But I decided to get this because I don't want my desk to have any clutter on it, but I don't want to go too far for things that I use on a regular basis like SSDs or memory cards. This again just helps with clutter and efficiency so that I can, again, be the best creative person that I can. The last thing that I added, which is definitely to optimize my desk, but also an aesthetic, I got the monitor stand in the same matching walnut wood. The reason why it's an aesthetic thing is because having levels in anything is just super visually appealing. I have the desk and then the monitor stand and then the monitor on top of that, so it just creates multiple levels. But from an efficiency standpoint, it actually helps me keep more essential things on my desk without it getting cluttered. This thing is just freaking gorgeous. All right, let's get into the accessories. I started off with this LED strip on the back of the desk from Gobi. I'm all about creating good vibes in my office, and having that ambient light creates that good vibe. The main focus point is my monitor. This is the Apple Studio display, and I've had this monitor for a little bit, and I actually really like it. It's clean, it's simple, it has great color accuracy because again, as a cinematographer, I need my monitor to be super high quality so that I can see the colors correctly from how I've filmed them when I'm doing my coloring and editing and all that. Next is my color grading panel. And if you're not a film person, you won't really get this, but I basically use this for color grading my footage, and instead of having to go into each individual tab of my editing software, which is called DaVinci, I can just move all these little wheels with both hands and it speeds up the process so much. With my old desk, having this panel was not super great on my desk because I didn't have a ton of depth on it. So two things here. First off, with the 30 inches of depth that I have is a ton of space, but the monitor stand helps to free up some of that space since I'm lifting the monitor off the table. So I'm able to push the panel back a little bit further so I'm not so scrunched with my keyboard in front of it and then the monitor stand. A recently new item to my desk setup is this little air purifier. I got it for two reasons. First, for whatever reason here in Utah, I feel like it's just way dustier than other places. I constantly am cleaning my desk and wiping it down. And then as well, like I said, if I'm not on set, I'm right here working, and it's nice to know that I have, you know, some like purified clean air that I'm breathing throughout the day. Oh, and by the way, I will leave links for everything down below in the description for everything that I talk about today. Next is my mouse and my keyboard. As you will see today, I am a big Apple guy, and I know I'm gonna get some hate for this, but I actually use the Apple mouse. It's made my workflow super easy because of the touchpad type of feature on the top of the mouse. I can swipe back and forth on pages or be able to move my timeline with just swiping left and right on the mouse. All right, now it is time for the beast. This is my 144 terabyte 8-bay RAID drive from OWC. Once again, I'm a filmmaker and I shoot a lot with cameras that take up a lot of storage very quickly. So having 144 terabytes of drive space just gives me the confidence that I won't fill things up, too quickly. Now for the actual computer. Because I travel so much, I decided to get a fully loaded MacBook M2 Pro and have it in the cradle on the side of my desk whenever I'm home. I know it costs way more to do that than getting like a Mac Studio, but again, because I travel so much, I wanted the ability to have all of that power with me, but on the road when I leave, and I'm gonna show you how I connect it here in a second. The next piece is a freaking hack. This is the BenQ monitor light bar. I like to work in a dark room so that I can stay nice and focused on what I'm doing on my computer. However, at least for me, my eyes have a hard time adjusting from the monitor down to my keyboard and my control panel. So this light bar keeps the room dark, but gives me a light on my workspace down below so my eyes don't have to adjust back and forth between a bright screen and a dark keyboard. All right, so now to plug everything together, you're going to need a dock. Honestly, I need an upgrade, but the one that I have right now is the Anker Thunderbolt 3 dock. I got this quite a while ago. But I can run one cable from my MacBook Pro to it and then split everything off from there to my monitor and my control panel and any other accessories that I have plugged in, and it powers my MacBook as well. So now that I have everything placed where I want it, I'm gonna start running the cables into the Desky cable management tray. Having a good cable management system is key to any desk in general, but especially to standing desks like this. A hack that I found to keep things clean is if you drop the tray out of the hinge, you can feed the cables through the little slit that's at the top and then wrangle the cable inside the tray and then feed it over the top again and plug it into the outlets. I also like to use cable ties inside the tray so that the cord isn't just going all over the place. Now, how I connect my MacBook is actually something I'm very proud of. I run one Thunderbolt cable off of the dock, and then I use these adhesive cable clips that it has a little magnet to close it. It's super nice because once I get the right position, I can just pop my cable into it and it keeps it from falling back behind the desk. To finish everything off, I got this black desk mat on Amazon to protect the tabletop. The wood really is a strong material, but I just wanted to keep it nice for as long as possible from, whatever I'm doing on my desk. Last thing, again, because I love keeping my desk nice and clean, if you haven't already noticed, I recently found this little handheld turbo fan. Every morning, I just like to blow everything off because, like I said, I live in Utah, things get dusty, and I also have a dog and his hair just like slowly falls and lands on the tabletop over time. So I just take this thing, blow it off, and it is a freaking, just listen to this. All right, so another thing that I saw a lot of people talking about as I was doing research about standing desks was the shake test. If you are moving on it and stuff, how much does it shake? So here is the shake test. Honestly, it doesn't move at all, truthfully. When I'm doing just like my normal everyday stuff of typing and whatever, it doesn't move at all. So you are 100% good. Even at full height, same way, bottom to top, same thing. So if you're looking to buy a stand-up desk, 100% get a Desky. Crazy good quality, awesome colors, and plenty of different styles to choose from. This is definitely one of those things that you're going to get what you pay for, and if you cheap out, you're gonna get a cheap desk with cheap motors and just, overall cheap quality. This is something you can have for a long time. At least I'm going to. So invest the money into it. If you have any other accessories that you think I should add, let me know. And if you have any questions about anything that we talked about today, leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you haven't already, and I will see you on the next one.